Dobardan, Divine Pisces 222. It is Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. I'm going to do an energy check-in for the Twin Flames today. See what's going on. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I definitely feel, I don't know if you guys are getting these really, really intense dreams, you know, but I know I've picked up on that. And I feel like just across the collective, this is what's happening. Like a lot of you are probably getting some really intense astral travel sort of thing kind of happening here with your twin, but maybe, you know, just in general with other people, people in your soul group kind of coming together, you know, in dreams. Working out some details of things like that, actually, like, you know, I guess, that's the word I'm looking for, like cooperating together kind of a thing. So that's actually really good. I definitely just feel in general with this new moon that's coming in, the Gemini moon on the 22nd, there's just like this, energy of just in general, like communication, you know. A lot of it I do feel is in the 5D, especially with source or with your spirit team, that sort of thing. But a lot of you right now also are getting some downloads on what it is that you're needing to release right now, because a lot of you have been feeling really stuck here in some codependency, that sort of thing, like some materialism kind of coming in, some things that need to be released within the 3D, like actual things, like I'm talking purging, talking like an energy, literally an energy of purging everything. But like a lot of us are kind of, you know, have been in this energy of literally purging like emotion and karma and things like that. But it's actually translating in the 3D for a lot of people, like, you know, going through your house and throwing out things that you don't need anymore, you know, because, you know, it's making you feel like, you know, cluttered almost, like there's just too much clutter around you. So like this feeling of needing to kind of literally like out with the old, in with the new kind of a feeling, just in general coming in here. But most of it has to do here at this time with like releasing control. Like some of you have been in like a waiting energy for a while, but now it's just like a fire is lit up under your butt to kind of get rid of some things. Like, so whether that be energetically, physically, what have you, it's like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm not going to deal with it anymore, you know? Because for the longest time, it was like we were in this energy of wanting to hide out, wanting to kind of escape the things that were coming at us because we didn't want to deal with them, you know? And so being in this energy, we know is not good. So a lot of you are going through this time, going through this energy because you need, you know, it's time that you need to deal with something, okay? And releasing the control surrounding that. It's like when we feel out of control, it's scary, right? And so a lot of you are having to release that, having to release the dependency on control. That's where I was talking about, like, a lot of us were going through where we were overthinking some things. That's a form of control, having to understand everything that's coming up, you know. And so at this point, it's like, you know what, it doesn't matter what the reason is, or there is a reason, but it doesn't matter that you don't know right now. Okay, just deal with it, and everything's going to be fine, right? So taking a look at Divine Masculine, yeah, boom, there you go, Hermit mode, yep. So a lot of Divine Masculines coming out of Hermit mode right now. I definitely feel that. A lot of them have been really quiet. They've been kind of dealing with their stuff, a lot of internal struggles happening right now. They're getting hit every which way, towers, triggers, all sorts of things coming at them, okay? I mean, I'm talking massive, massive towers. These foundations are being completely shaken, okay? And they know that they need to deal with it so that they can literally create a new beginning for themselves. And a lot of them are doing that now. There is this motivation to do that, a motivation to change internally and externally. Some of them may actually, this may be translating in the 3D, or some of them, they may actually be changing their appearance, you know, dyeing their hair, cutting their hair, changing their wardrobe, you know, eating healthy, exercising, you know, things like that, literally physically changing because inside they feel different. Okay, and some of the sexual energy is definitely coming back here as Divine Masculine comes out of Hermit mode. You know, because for the longest time they weren't dealing with their karma, they've been just sitting here going, I'm gonna let it pass by, I'm gonna let it pass by, I need to control the situation, right? Excuse me. But all the while, knowing that while they're doing that, they're keeping themselves stuck in a situation that they don't want to be in. Okay, so Divine Masculine, trying to release some karma that's coming through. Some of them have been denying their transformations, but they can't anymore, and they know they can't, right? So that's where the intuition's coming in. So a lot of them are embracing the spiritual side of things. They're embracing their transformations. They're learning to trust their intuition, and a lot of them at this time are again reaching out to Divine Feminine for help. So you may be seeing that in the 5D, okay? To some of you Divine Feminines, all right? But yeah, I mean, Divine Masculine, always watching Divine Feminine, seeing where she's going, what is she doing, how is she dealing with her stuff. Some of them actually probably watching their Divine Feminines, like maybe stalking a little bit, that sort of thing. But in the 5D, I definitely feel Divine Masculine reaching out very, very strongly, okay? But definitely have some purging coming for Divine Masculine. He's been kind of resisting this for a while too, but he can't do that anymore, okay? And this actually came out like this, so it's like a transition. So it's literally like he's going from not wanting to deal with it to understanding he has to. So eventually that is going to be right side up. Now, some of you may receive some contact. Some of you may receive some, I'm getting apologies possibly for some of you, but Divine Masculine's got to bring this into balance, and he knows that, and some of them, okay, some of them might be going through some legal trouble. They might be going through a divorce. They might be going through a custody battle, something to do with the courts coming up here, possibly purchasing or selling a home, that sort of thing. So definitely some changes coming in for Divine Masculine, not just internally, but externally. But he knows that unless he gets this balanced out, he's not going to be able to manifest his new beginning, which is really what he wants. It's really what he wants. Okay, so Divine Masculine having a little bit of trouble manifesting what he wants right now. Okay, but source is coming in showing him what he needs to do in order to turn that around. And again, it could be that he's reaching out to Divine Feminine in the 5D and like, help me. Help me with my stuff. And I'm like, well, I've done that for so long and I'm drained now, so no. Time to do it yourself. Alright, let's take a look at Divine Feminine. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah. So some Divine Feminine, some of you also, having something that is needing to be released here. I'm getting definitely some emotional stuff that's being released right now. Divine Feminine's kind of been going in and out of purging. I know that's the case. Especially, with some of these triggers that have come up recently, renewing of cycles, things that are repeating over and over again, making us feel really confused, a lot of confusion energy coming in. And that in itself is kind of emotionally charged. When you feel like you can't understand something, that can kind of make your emotions in overdrive too. Because like you know that you're feeling this, but you want to know why you're feeling it, and you feel like that's going to help you to feel better about it. But in reality, sorry, it doesn't matter that you don't know. Sorry about the skipping. It happens sometimes. So some of you, some of you can just kind of keeping yourself in this state of non-motivation, like just not feeling motivated, like almost feel like this energy of disillusionment coming in for Divine Feminine, okay? Things kind of being broken down, literally illusions being shattered, possibly about the connection itself, and having to basically rebuild oneself from that. So like another ego death happening with Divine Feminine that has brought in a lot of emotionally charged moments, I do feel. Okay, now some of you are still frustrated about not receiving communication. Okay, some of you are still in that energy of, why doesn't he communicate? I've been doing the work, yada yada yada. But again, you got to release those expectations, guys, because while you're sitting there being frustrated, you yourself are actually resisting your transformation too, okay? Because it's keeping you stuck where you are. So there's some things that Divine Feminine absolutely needs to release, and that's where the towers are coming in. So Divine Feminine hitting some towers too, okay? Right? But it's gonna bring in some new beginnings here within the connection, okay? It's got to. All right, so both Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine actually in a very similar energy. Again, we're mirroring, okay? Divine Feminine trying to stand in her power at this point, but feels like it's no use. Almost feels like it's no use, right? Which is a good thing, because it's bringing you to that period of acceptance, of resignation, of just being like, you know what? No, I can't control it. No, I can't. I cannot control it. The only thing I can control is myself. So you feeling frustrated is okay. You know, you got to feel it until you don't feel it anymore. But you also, you know, need to release it eventually and just be like, you know what, Source, take this over, because I'm tired of dealing with it. And that's what Source is asking you to do. Asking you to just take it off of your shoulders. Stop worrying about it so much, right? Just stop worrying about it. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera. Right? All right. Connecting energy. Wow. Yeah. So connecting energies, definitely some codependency in here. And I definitely feel it has to do with knowings. Like some of you just been in this confusion energy for so long. You're wanting to know everything. And that is the toxicity right there within the connection that's being released. Okay. Having to know what your counterpart's doing all the time, having to understand what you're going through, and you know, if that's what they're going through, yada, yada, yada. Like just, it's almost like a return of obsession energy, and in getting it from both sides. It's not just Divine Feminine. It's not just Divine Masculine. It's a connection thing. So it's like both twins kind of in wanting to know what their counterpart is doing, basically. Okay. Which keeps you in this confusion energy, which is something that needs to be released, right? Otherwise it keeps you stuck here, right? So the toxicity surrounding the need to know everything, the confusion energy here is needing to be released in order for this stuck energy to be released. Okay? It's a domino effect. All right, and what is it all surrounding? Duh. Codependency, right? But this, of course, you know, like I always say, the Queen of Pentacles usually represents to me a female karmic. So something going on with a female karmic here, and that could be a mother, could be a partner, could be a sister, could be a female boss, what have you. Okay, so there's something surrounding some, you know, some female energy that's coming in here that is needing to be repaid. There's some karmic debt here that is needing to be repaid. Okay, and while you sit here trying to figure out, oh, what is my counterpart doing? You know, how's it going in their karmic situation? Yada, yada, yada. You're sitting there not recognizing something in your situation. Okay, so this is being mirrored right now. It's being mirrored right now. Okay, so Divine Masculine reaching out to Divine Feminine in the 5D, it could be him wanting her to reach out. Maybe he wants her to reach out. Ironically enough. You know, but it could also be he wants her to reach out so he can control the communication. Okay, Divine Feminine not wanting to reach out, resisting the urge to reach out, wanting Divine Masculine to reach out, mirroring. Okay, so communication definitely highlighted right now. Okay, the want for communication and the quote unquote need for communication coming in very, very strongly. The need to know what's going on. This has been a consistent energy for a while, though. It's been a consistent energy for a while. It's like every day it feels like it's the same energy. It's like, you know, well, if this isn't true, what is true? That kind of thing, right? Gotta release that. Okay, so let's get some messages from the counterparts. Oh my. I'm kind of talkative today, but I'm not taking that many. Alright, here we go. Yeah, see? Definitely. Still some self-worth stuff coming in, guys. You know, they've got to step into their own at this point. Okay. And they know if they don't that they're going to stay stuck there. And some of them may not, you know, there is free will. Some of them, you know, they feel like there's so much responsibility around them. Sorry, I don't know if I held that up for too long enough. I'm sorry. Okay. That it may be that they won't for a while, if at all. Okay, so keep that in mind. And I know I've talked about Plan B before. You know, that some of you may have someone else coming in, okay, who basically, because your counterpart's not doing what they need to do, it's literally like a backup plan, okay? All right, messages and advice from source. Yeah, some of you really need to change your energy right now because you're co-creating, you're manifesting like crazy. Some of you are manifesting like crazy, but you're in such a low energy that it's manifesting the negative. So you really need to change your energy, okay? Bring that back into balance. Some of you are just way too much in the negative at this point. Like I said, with that overthinking energy, just overthinking all the time keeps you trapped in that low vibration, and then you're off balance. And then when you do manifest, you manifest something you don't want, right? So you've got to get back into that good energy, okay? Just understand this is a learning experience. Everything that you're going through is bringing you wisdom and it's bringing you resilience, okay? So you're learning how fast you can bounce back, and the universe is testing you to see how fast you bounce back. So these cycles that are repeating right now, you might notice that maybe you handled them differently, or maybe you had the same reaction, but you got over it quicker because you learned quicker. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's literally like it's happening in stages, okay? And yeah, the masculine energy just in general right now, whether this is your divine masculine or your inner masculine energy, going through a lot. Okay, so if you, divine feminine, keep in mind, you also have masculine energy in you, okay? So if your masculine is going through all of this, you're also going through this as well in your own way. All right, so there's a lot of ego death going on right now with divine masculine, okay? So just take it in stride. Everything's going to be fine. All right? All right, guys, I hope this has helped. If it has, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.